He stood at the counter, hands trembling. A small pack of baby formula, a few packets of noodles, nothing more. But still, not enough money. He looked down, whispering almost to himself, "Maybe I'll put the milk back." And just then, a soft voice from behind him said, "No, don't, I'll pay." Life had been heavy on Daniel for months. He wasn't always like this. He once had a steady job, a modest apartment, and dreams of giving his newborn daughter, Emma, a future full of laughter instead of worry. But life has its seasons, and some seasons are colder than others. After his wife passed away unexpectedly during childbirth, everything fell apart. He was left alone, no family nearby, no savings, and a tiny baby girl who depended on him for everything. Daniel worked double shifts wherever he could, delivery driving, night cleaning, small repair jobs, anything to keep milk in the house and diapers on Emma. But on this particular evening, he had nothing. The week had been rough. His jobs were slow, a client delayed payment, and his car broke down on the way to a shift. By the time he reached Friday, he was down to his last few dollars. Still, he needed formula. He needed something to keep Emma fed through the weekend. So he walked to the store. Every step felt heavier than the last, as if the weight of the world clung to his shoulders. Inside, he picked only what he absolutely needed. The formula: a small bag of rice, 2 packets of noodles. Nothing extra, nothing unnecessary. He rehearsed the total in his mind, hoping, praying it wouldn't go past what he had. At the checkout counter, Daniel emptied his pockets. A few coins, a couple of crumpled bills. Not enough. The cashier scanned the items, and the total flashed on the screen. A few dollars more than he had. Daniel's stomach tightened. "Sir," the cashier said kindly, "you're short." Daniel lowered his head. He wasn't embarrassed because people were watching. He was embarrassed because this wasn't the man he wanted to be. He nodded slowly. "Okay, maybe remove the formula," he whispered, voice cracking. Behind him, a small line had formed. Some people sighed impatiently. Some stared at their phones. Some didn't notice anything at all. But one woman did. Her name was Melissa, a middle-aged woman with gentle eyes and a presence that felt like calm itself. She had watched the entire scene unfold, from the way Daniel counted each coin twice, to the way his hands shook, to the way his eyes softened when he mentioned formula. She knew that struggle. Years ago, she'd been a single mother too, raising her son alone while juggling 2 jobs. She knew the pain of choosing between bills and groceries. She knew the fear of not being enough. She stepped forward. As the cashier reached for the formula to remove it, Melissa placed her hand softly on Daniel's arm. "Don't put anything back," she said quietly. Daniel froze. He turned slowly, eyes uncertain, and then came the words that softened the air around them. "I'll pay." For a moment, Daniel didn't understand. He blinked, confused, as if kindness was something he had forgotten how to recognize. "I can't let you do that," he said shakily. "It's too much." Melissa smiled, the kind of smile that feels like a warm blanket on a cold night. "It's not too much," she said. "I've been where you are. Let me help." Daniel felt his throat tighten. He glanced at the formula, then back at her, and tears he had been holding back for months finally surfaced. "You don't even know me," he whispered. "I don't need to," she replied softly. "Sometimes God sends us to help someone without needing the full story." The cashier paused, watching the moment with quiet respect. Melissa handed over her card and paid the full amount, not just for the essentials Daniel had chosen, but for an extra bottle of formula, a small pack of diapers, and a few more groceries she added quietly while Daniel wiped his eyes. When the transaction was done, Daniel stood there speechless. Melissa placed the bags into his hands and said gently, "Your daughter deserves a full stomach and a father who doesn't carry this burden alone. You're doing your best." "That's enough." Daniel swallowed hard. His voice trembled. Why would you do this for me?" Melissa looked at him with eyes full of memories and mercy. "Because someone once did it for me. And because one day you'll do it for someone else." Outside the store, the sun was beginning to set, warm colors settling over the street like a soft blessing. Daniel stood there with the bags in his hands, watching Melissa walk away. But then she turned back. "One more thing," she said. If you ever feel like the world is forgetting you, it's not. Sometimes you just need the right eyes to see you. And with that, she left. Daniel walked home with a weight lifted from his chest, not because of the groceries, but because of something deeper. Someone saw him. Someone cared. Someone believed he mattered. When he reached home, he placed the formula beside his daughter's crib. Emma giggled and reached up as if she felt the love wrapped around the moment. Daniel whispered to her, "People are still good, baby girl. God is still working." As he held her close, he silently promised himself, one day, when life gave him the chance, he would pay kindness forward. Months later, he did. A young man at a gas station came up short, counting coins just like he once did. Daniel didn't hesitate. "I'll pay," he whispered, repeating the same words that once saved him. Because kindness, when given freely, always finds a way to come full circle. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness is the very thing that reminds someone God hasn't forgotten them. And sometimes, all it takes is one gentle voice saying, "I'll pay." If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that goodness still exists.